The Department for International Development, DFID, has committed 52 million in budgetary support to the 2010 national budget. DFID head of mission in Zambia, Mike Hammond, says DFID has resumed its support to Zambia because the Ministry of Health has responded very well to issues that donors expressed concern on. Mr. Hammond was speaking in an interview with ZNBC News.
Its whole program is around poverty reduction. I mean, that's our key element. We talked the other day at that clinic about maternal and child mortality. Those are high priorities for us, HIV, AIDS, and of course governance. But what we're also trying to do is build up the capacity of government itself to take on these programs. The Ministry of Health have responded extremely well, as has the government as a whole, to the issues that came in there. I'm pleased to say that funds have started to release. We ourselves funded National Child Week last week. I understand that the Dutch and the Swedish government are about, or if they've not already done so, to release more money into the health sector. But the issue is that the problems in the Ministry of Health are not simply one-offs. They are systematic issues, and we all need to work to address them.
The Zambia Congress of Trade Unions, ZCTU, says economic diversification will help Zambia's financial growth. ZCTU General Secretary Roy Mwaba says dependence on minerals such as copper is not helpful during the crisis times such as the recent global economic meltdown. He was speaking in an interview with ZNBC News in Lusaka today.
Plenty of lesson from what has happened this year during the global financial meltdown. And this is a big lesson to Zambia that we cannot depend on mineral resources. This is a rich country with a lot of good soil, a lot of rivers, and the answer and the future of this country is in agriculture, it's in tourism, and we need also to make sure that we help organize the informal sector economy. If you go around Lusaka, you are going to see that people are doing extremely well, making door frames, making blocks, but these people are not organized. They must be organized so that they form associations.
Agriculture Minister Brian Chituo has bemoaned the slow pace at which agriculture inputs are being distributed. Dr. Chituo has appealed to Nyombo Investments and Omnia to speed up distribution of inputs countrywide. The minister told ZNBC News in an interview that the two companies should engage more staff so that farmers are given the inputs quickly. He said it is sad that some distribution depots are being manned by one person. Dr. Chituo said in some districts it is taking farmers over 1 week to collect their inputs. Home Affairs Minister Lamek Mangani says government has not authorized any payments for compensation to lawyer Roger Chongwe, as was alleged by the Post newspaper. Mr. Mangani says it is not true that President Rupia Banda authorized the Ministry of Finance to pay $5.9 million to Dr. Chongwe as compensation for the 1997 Kawe shooting. He told ZNBC News in an interview today that President Banda has just instructed the Attorney General to examine the case relating to Dr. Chongwe and offer an opinion.
The issue of Dr. Roger Chongwe has been outstanding for a very long time. But what has happened is that what the President did was to refer that matter to the Attorney General for an opinion on how to handle this matter. At no time, as far as we are concerned, that the President directed anybody to pay that type of money. And if people have got evidence that the President did direct, let them produce the evidence. But as far as we are concerned is that he instructed or he forwarded the complaint of Mr. Roger Chongwe to the Attorney General for an opinion and advice. And that is the current status.
The Post newspaper this week carried a story alleging that President Banda had directed that lawyer, Dr. Chongwe, be paid $5.9 million. The paper claims that the money was to be paid as compensation for the 1997 Kawe police shooting in which Dr. Chongwe and former Republican President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda were injured. Coming up after the break on ZNBC TV Main News, President Rupia Banda attends a church service at the Anglican Cathedral of the Holy Cross in Lusaka. And House of Chiefs Chairperson Chief Madzimawe says it is unfortunate that some traditional leaders are openly supporting political parties. I'll be right back.